So this is going to be, I'm going to create a video on how to create a page just like this. This is the Meet the Staff page. And a couple things I had done beforehand. The pictures I'm using over here, I kind of had already selected them. These are 200 pixels by 200 pixel pictures. All of them are, so they're all the same size. It's kind of critical, otherwise things start getting off. The other thing is the text. I'm going to use the same text for each of the staff members on here, and I already have that selected. So just to move it along a little bit. So okay, so I can either go to the dashboard, or I can go to a new page. So it doesn't matter. So in fact, it just selected that. So I'm going to go pages, and I can go add new, or I can go up there. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to do add new, and a new page will pop up, and I'm going to do sample meet the staff. Okay, and we're going to use the Fusion page builder because it's so much nicer to work with. Initially, and then we're going to go to builder element. Initially, I'm going to do a full width template. That's going to be just the title. And then if you saw each of the 4 pages here, if we went back and looked at it, each of the pages, each of the people had this was a 1/5, this was a 4/5 is how I divided it up. So the text was 4/5 of the page. You'll see that in just a second. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in. So this is the 1/5, which I'll put on this side. This is the 4/5. Okay, and then so I'm going to do one of them, and then I'm going to duplicate them because then all my formatting will stay the same for all of them. Okay, so inside the first one was, I'm going to go to Builder Elements, and on almost all these I put, it was just a text box. Okay, so I just pulled the text box down the full width container, and then that all we had this was meet the staff. Okay, I'm going to center align it, and I'm also going to turn it to red, and everything on this site uses the color AD2424, or you can just drag to one of these. I have been keeping everything one color, which is AD2424. Okay, so now when I format it, if you know it's red, notice it's red. I'm going to do some special formatting on this because I want to make sure that something I had saved here, I want to make sure the font size is correct. So I'm just going to bump it up to 36, and this all I'm doing here is just editing the HTML. So all I'm doing is going in here, and I'm going to put this right inside there. And now it's font size 36 and the same color. So now when you look at it, it's a lot bigger. Okay, but I just went over to text, and I added that it was just font size 36 pixels. Okay, all right. So now I'm going to make sure that gets saved. Okay, so now if we look at this right now, if all I've done now is done that. So now I'm going to import the picture of our doctor on this one. But again, I still want to put a text box in there. And I'm going to put a text box here too. Okay? And I'm going to click to edit this, because you always click that to edit it. And I'm going to get take the text out, and I'm going to do add media. Okay, now I've already uploaded these pictures. Now if you don't have them, you upload here. You can just drag them there, drag them to the select files, or you can just drag them to the center, or you can hit select files and go find them on your computer. All right, so our first doctor was this guy. And if you notice, it should be 200 by 200. I'll change it once we get it inserted. Okay, so if you look at it, I clicked on it, and now if I click on this guy, on that little icon, it edits it. And I think I can edit the original. Thought I'd already done this already, but I'm going to change him to be 200 by 200, and I'm going to scale him so now he's a different size, and it's been saved. So now that is his scale, and that's the size he's going to be in that picture. Okay? Back, and I'm going to update that, and I want to make sure that that's aligned in the center. And if we look at this again, there it is. Full size is 200 by 200. That's the size I really want. So I'm going to update that and save it. So now what's happened is we've got his picture in there, and now we're going to go do his bio. Okay? And I'm going to go click on this one again. Actually, no, I'm not. I want to go, because I had that red background. And you don't do the red background here. You do the red background using the edit element, which is for the 4/5. Okay? One thing, so we had a background color, and that was still the 802424. Okay? And I didn't have a background image or a border or any of that stuff. Okay? So I didn't put in, it was the only thing I did was the color on that one. And I think that's it. Yep. So all I want to do is change the color on that, so I'm going to hit save. Now I'm going to go actually put the text in there, and that goes right in the text box. And as I said, I had saved the text from before, and I got this off of WebMD and changed some stuff. But this was just a sample, so I'm not using anybody's bio. It's just a sample bio. So all I'm doing is copying and pasting that directly in. So I pull this back over. Okay. All right, so it's in. But now what I want to do is I want to go change the font color because it's going to be, I don't want it white, but black on the red background doesn't look very good. I don't want it white. So I'm going to go to custom, and I usually do it just, here's white, just back it off a little bit on the gray. So it's D6, D6. D6 is what that is. Okay? Hit OK. Now if you notice the font color has changed in there. It's a little bit hard to read, but it will look much better on that red background. Okay? Again, I got to hit save. And there's some other things I think I need to do in here. Let me check up here again. I can't remember if I had something else in here. I think I had some margins. It's not the border. There it is, the padding. And I want to do 5 pixels. I should have done this before. And do 5 pixels. And what that's going to be is it just pulls it in a little bit inside the red box, so it's not right on the edges of that red box. You can pull it in further than that, but 5 usually works pretty well. That's from trial and error. Alright, so I'm going to hit save. And now I'm going to hit save the whole page because I haven't, or publish it, because I really haven't looked at it yet. Is this the page? No. Okay, I'm going to go look at it right now to see what I've done so far. Is this what I really wanted? Let's go view the page. So I've done meet the staff. The 5 pixels allows it to come in and go 5 pixels in from each edge. Top, bottom, right, left. Okay, if you notice, he's aligned pretty well with that. We could change the font size in here, but I kind of like that font size right there. Okay, so now we're going to go add our other doctors. Now if you looked, so I don't have to recreate this each time. So I'm going to go back. So all my formatting stays the same. It works better if I duplicate the big one. This is your cloning tool. So this clones it. And now I'm going to go clone this one too. But now I'm going to grab this up here and drag it down. Yep, that didn't work. Worked for me earlier. So I'm going to drag it all the way down. to the bottom one, and I haven't been very successful at that yet. Here we go. And that's not working. It worked for me before. Alright, so let's try this now. There we go. Okay, so now I have two of them. As I said, I'm not going to go change this because I like the way it looked, but I do need to change this picture. So I'm going to edit the element, and I'm going to get him out of there. And we click Add Media again, and here we go. And our second doctor was this guy, and if you notice, it's 200 pixels by 200 pixels. And sometimes if you come down here at the bottom, you can go change the size if you want to make it, but you don't have a lot of choices. Okay, and actually you can do align center, and you can set it up from right there. So now when you insert it into the page, he's right in the middle where he should be. Okay. All right, I'm going to hit save. And now I'm going to duplicate this one again because we already had the format right. And I'm going to clone it. And let's clone this one, drag it down to the bottom like before. Come on. All right. And you can obviously change this with each person. I just goes, and all you just do is go in here and edit the text of what you wanted for another person. Okay. All right. So let's go put a new picture in here, and I'm going to go Add Media, and I think she was my third one. No, this one, because she wasn't big enough. That's what it was. So it's 200 by 200. I'm going to insert it, but I'm going to make sure that this center, it is. It's full size, 200 by 200. And I'm going to save that one. And we're going to put one more in there. And so I'm going to clone this again. And I'm going to clone this one, drag it down to the bottom. I'm just holding it until it moves. Okay, and then let's go change this picture. So I'm going to add media again, and I'm going to put the big staff picture in there. Make sure it's full size and it's centered. Yep. Okay, so let's go look at this. So I need to update it to make sure that all those are changed. Alright, so it's saving, and I'm going to go view this page. So if you look, these are really close together. So we're going to spread those out just a little bit. So there's some space in between these. Okay, so we're going to go back. Let's hit the back button. And we're going to put a space in between there. Okay. And we're going to go back to Builder Elements. And I think we can just do a separator and grab that, drag it right in between there. If you look, it went full distance between them. I don't know if I really need to edit anything in here. Yes, I do. I want to just basically say the margin by spacing below the separator in pixels is 10, so I'm just going to keep this at 15 pixels. Okay, I'm just going to keep the same color as what's in there, and we don't need an icon. You can do all kinds of great stuff in here, but I'm going to hit save, and I want to make sure that this is what I want, because then I'm just going to copy it and paste it into the other ones. So let's go view our page. Now if you notice, it put that space in between there. So I'm just going to go make sure it gets put into all those. So I'm going to go back. And I'm going to go up and clone this. right there. And I'm going to drag it down to right in between those two. And I'm going to do the same thing again. And I did put one on the bottom here. I don't really know if, I don't think it really makes a difference, but I put it on the bottom. So there's a little space on the bottom. And I'll update it. And now let's go view the page. And now the way it looks, there's our spacing in between. Looks pretty sharp. Obviously these people had different bios, but at least it made it a lot simpler because editing that is not hard. And I hope this helps. Now I do want to go add it to one of the menus, so I'll show you how to do that while we're at this. So I'm going to go to menus. Okay, and this is how it's set up right now. And I'm going to put it right under this one. So if we go to pages, if you look, that is our first one. It's the first one. So I'm just going to click it and put add to menu. This is really simple. And all I'm going to do is just drag it up underneath this one. It's right there. And I got to make sure I save the menu. So now when I go visit the site, okay, this was the original Meet the Staff page that was on there. Okay, and then if we go to the one down below, the sample one, there it is. Okay, hope this helps, and we don't have to have this red. We can make all kinds of changes with that, but that's just an idea. Thought I'd share that with you on how to add a new page. I just gave you a sample of creating one too. Okay, thank you.